fish sandwich, so all is well.
Wonderful,
Yes,
wonderful. Well,
yes,
give him my best, like
I
I said,
will.
okay?
Okay,
All
thanks.
right, you have a good show.
Thank
All
you.
right?
Thanks,
Bye.
Howard.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Alrighty then.
All right, so we'll
Okay. Let's
recap a
just
little
start
bit.
all
We're
over
going to start
again.
for those that are listening on the radio about Rayford. And Rayford got his chest tube out yesterday. They've had him up walking around some. He's doing very. He is, if all goes well, he has progressed well enough to where perhaps Wednesday he will be allowed to come home, which is good. He was allowed to order a fish sandwich off the menu yesterday, and so he was very happy. So that's good. We were kind of hoping he would call in this one week. He talked about it, but I suspect he's asleep. He hasn't been sleeping well there because, I mean, you're in the ICU and you know how that goes. So I suspect maybe they finally got him somewhere else, or maybe they moved him to just a room where he finally got some sleep. But he did has not called in to talk to us this morning. We talked with him yesterday, but he was going to try to go on the air a little bit. So we will play that by ear. Maybe tomorrow we will have him on, which will be good. So, but he seems to do well. We want him to continue to do what the doctors tell him to do and to just kind of follow the orders. Would like them to keep him in there as long as they could because I know Rayford well enough to know when he comes here, he's going to try to do his own thing, and we want him to follow the orders. So,
Well, I just
yeah.
think he's healing
Yes, he's
well,
doing
and
very
he's
well.
doing an
Yes.
amazing
Yes.
job. And
Mhm.
I think he's got one of those attitudes like you're not going to take me down.
I
I'm going to
agree.
be
Yeah.
up and running in no time. So we're
Um,
grateful.
we had gone to a commercial break earlier, and when we were trying to fix whatever problem was with the
Yeah, I think we
station.
had a
I
connection
think
problem
he
with the downtown
yes, it was
office.
something with downtown, but it
Right.
wasn't our in here. But we were here flipping buttons and turning things. I rebooted the computer twice,
I'm not
but
saying that we were panicking. I
I
thought we
was
did
starting to
very
get a little
well.
bit of a headache. But yes, but I think what I'm going to do to keep us on track, or we're going to have a block where we've got like a 10-minute block of commercials. I'm going to go ahead and hit automate to put us into one. I think it's flipped us back to where we never did commercials,
Yes.
which
Okay.
is why we need to go ahead and
All
do
right.
what would be the 7:20 break. So I know we just got on the air, but I'm trying to get us back right, or it's going to throw everything off. So we're live in local real talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME, and we thank everyone for being so patient. We'll be right back after some set of commercials, and I'm not sure what they're going to be. All right, and we are back. Thank everyone for their patience. We are right. Everything is good. The commercials are where they need to be. All is well.
All is
So,
well. It's
yep,
just a Monday morning,
it's just,
and the girls ruled.
yeah,
We ruled. We beat it.
it took a few
So,
minutes,
yes.
but
Okay.
yeah,
Want to go ahead and start with the.
I'm ready. Got mine pulled up. You go
All right.
for it.
Let's do the marine forecast, which
Yes.
is brought to you by Tideline Marine. Tideline is offering 15% off all bait and tackle for veterans and active duty military through November 15th. So that's tomorrow, guys. In addition, through the end of this month, all gift shop lamps are 50% off, and all other gift shop items are 20% off. Some other specials this month include a $10 gift card with any tackle package over $50. You need a new reel? Be sure to enter into the Florida Fishing Reel giveaway. To see all specials going on this month, stop by Toddline Marine, 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River. And there is a small craft advisory in effect until 11 a.m. this morning. Today, northeast winds 15 to 20 knots, gust up to 30 knots this morning, seas 4 to 5 feet, except for 2 to 3 feet near the shore. Dominant period is 6 seconds. Tonight, northeast winds 15 to 20 knots, seas 4 to 5 feet, except 2 to 4 feet near the shore. Dominant period 6 seconds. Tuesday, east winds around 15 knots, becoming southeast 20 to 25 knots, with gusts up to 20 and 30 knots in the afternoon. Seas 3 to 5 feet, except 2 to 4 feet near the shore. Dominant period 5 seconds. Tuesday night, southwest winds 20 to 25 knots, becoming west 15 to 20 knots after midnight. Seas 5 to 7 feet, except for 4 to 5 near shore. Wednesday, northwest winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet.
Today, sunny, high of 57. It's going to be a little bit gusty with gusts as high as 17 miles an hour today, so a little nippy and windy. Tonight, partly cloudy, low of 43. Tomorrow, showers likely, then showers and possibly a thunderstorm after 4 p.m., a high of 68. Winds could be gusty again tomorrow with gusts as high as 17 miles an hour. Tomorrow night, showers and possibly a thunderstorm, mainly before midnight. Then just a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Low of 51. Wednesday, partly sunny, a high of 60. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, a low of 40. And then on Thursday, mostly sunny, a high of 52. So it kind of sounds like tomorrow, some like little somethings is going to kind of roll in. It's going to be a little warmer than today,
Right.
of almost about 11-degree difference, but it's going to be rainy. I mean, it's 80% chance of rain. So just know tomorrow it's going to rain.
So if you've got yard work to do, I would
Yeah.
suggest you do it today.
If
I've
you've
got
got
enough
yard work, yeah,
leaves.
do it.
Then I
And
may get the mower out and
you
chop
know,
them up.
well, you're going to have to chop them because it's going to be really gusty today.
Right.
So
Well,
they're
there's
just
going
going
to
to
be
blow them all
gusts.
over the
Yeah.
yard.
So
Yeah.
you know what? Maybe they'll blow them into the neighbor's yard. Don't have to do.
You won't have to do yours. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, do you like going to air shows?
Yeah, I've gone to them. Yeah.
I'm scared to go to an air show, and this is why. I'll tell you
I
right
know
now.
exactly what you're about to say. Yeah.
6 killed after aircraft collide at the Dallas Air Show, and that was this weekend.
Yep.
2 historic military planes collided and crashed to the ground in a ball of flames during a Dallas Air Show, leaving 6 people dead. National transportation officials were investigating the cause of Saturday's collision. Emergency crews raced to the crash scene at the Dallas Executive Airport, about 10 miles from the city's downtown, and there was actual news footage and social media posts showing the actual collision in midair, and they're still investigating it, but they just flew into each other. And I've always had that fear
Yeah.
of being at an air show. You know, what was it a couple years ago at one of the air shows where one of the planes crashed into the spectators?
Yeah.
Now, see, and that's what
That's a
scares
big
me.
fear. Yeah, that's why I get really nervous. It's been a really long time since I've been to one. But I mean, it is kind of scary.
Yeah, it was in
So
2011 when a P-51 Mustang
Mhm.
crashed into spectators.
Mhm.
In 2019, a bomber crashed into Hartford, Connecticut, killing 7 people. Now, I've always had this fear of sitting there watching. Have you ever I've had dreams before. You know, we live in a military town, so we have a lot of helicopters, Ospreys constantly
They fly
flying
right
over the
over my
house.
house. Yeah.
Sometimes your cabinet doors start shaking and
Yep.
they open and dishes fall out. You
Yeah.
know, the sounds of freedom, of course. But have you ever had one that's so loud overhead, you're thinking it's getting ready to land in your backyard?
It happened recently, matter of fact, in right over my house. And I had that thought, wow, what would happen if that crashed into the house? And they were flying very low.
Right.
I think, personal opinion on this particular instance, I think they were flying a little lower than they were supposed to. Um, but I mean, because it's usually not to the degree that it was that day. This was about 2 months ago. So yeah, it was kind of creepy. It's a little unnerving.
know
I mean, I'm
during
not
those
complaining about the
times
sound. I don't care about the
No.
helicopter sounds. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother that. I'm so used to it. Half the time I don't hear it. But this was it was very unusual.
Well,
Yeah.
there's been times where it sounded like it was so low, and then it sounded like the engine was sputtering. I've run out of the house to look and see where
Yeah.
it was at.
Yeah.
You know, which way do I go?
Yeah.
But I've had fears of that, so I couldn't imagine sitting at this air show and watching
Mhm.
that.
It's
6
awful.
people
Yeah.
died tragically in that,
Very
and they're
sad.
still
Yeah.
identifying remains. So,
Mhm. Very
yeah,
sad.
I'd rather just stay home. Even when I see the Blue Angels on
Mhm.
TV, I get nervous.
Mhm.
What if one just got
I agree.
too close to the other one and the wings
And it's
clipped?
so cool how they get, like, right, especially, I'm just going using the Blue Angels for example, how they are just so skilled and they go right by each other. They're like,
Yes,
it looks like they almost touching.
I know. It
It's
is
very cool,
awesome.
but it is a little unnerving as
Yeah,
well.
it's unnerving for
Yeah.
me. I'd rather, nah, I'll sit at home.
We've got some very sad and scary news out of Charlottesville, Virginia. UVA overnight, there was a shooting. There's a suspect at large. 3 killed and 2 additional have been wounded. And as of 4:45 this morning, there was still a shelter in place was still ongoing because the manhunt for the individual is still going on. His name is um, Christopher Darnell Jones. He's driving a black SUV with Virginia tags TWX 3580, and they are definitely they don't want anyone to approach him because he's considered armed and dangerous. And they said if anyone sees him, they should call 911 immediately. And it started as of 10:30, 11 last night. And the UVA Police Department sent a tweet: "Run, hide, fight." Everyone knows. And he was in the Colbert Road area, and the students there were ordered to shelter in place. I have a friend whose daughter lives there, is a student there, and my friend. We went to high school together. She actually lives here. She lives in Cape Carteret,
My
but
goodness.
yeah, she may or may not be listening right now. But she, said a few hours ago, she said she's okay, but her daughter's very freaked out, and she's barricaded in her apartment there, and which obviously, and she's a little unnerved, but the students are doing as well as they can. It's very scary, especially considering they don't know where this guy is. So we don't know any other details other than that. So if say a little prayer for the students and faculty and the police there at University of Virginia, that this can be safely um, rectified with no further loss of life.
Why does the world have to be so mean?
I don't know, but I agree. It can be very mean.
Most definitely. Well, we're back up. Time for break time
I
again.
know, but that's good because
Yes.
this totally puts us where we need to be. So we've done good. It's been a heck of a morning, but
You've
luckily
done
it's on
good.
1, 2, 3. No, we're a team. It's both of us. 1, 2. There's only 4 commercials, so this will be a very quick break.
Yeah.
We're live in local real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We'll be right back. And we are back. And we had a caller, Marty. I saw that it was you, but he hung up and he'll probably call back.
Yes,
So,
do call
yeah.
us back.
And one of the things we talked about at the top of the hour that apparently nobody heard except people on YouTube, well, we had brought up that the Senate was retained, control of Senate has been retained by the Democrat.
That's right.
Yeah. And they are going to be voting on a speaker
Tomorrow.
or
they're
leader,
supposed
whatever
to
they're
be.
called. Well, I
Well-
know Speaker of the House. Is it Speaker of the Senate? No. It's called Senate Majority Leader.
Yes.
Yeah. I
Yes.
knew it was something different.
Which brings to mind, I do believe that Trump is supposed to be making an announcement tomorrow.
Oh, Lord.
So that'll be interesting to see what this is going to be.
You know full well what that's going to
Yeah.
be.
General consensus is that he's going to announce his choice to run for president again. So,
Marty, is this you or is this Candy?
This is Candy.
Hey,
Hey, how are you?
good. How are you?
Good.
How
I
things
just
been?
wanted to call and tell everybody, been reading the Facebook post and everything. Thank you for all the prayers for my dad. He had the open heart surgery Friday morning. He's done real well, doing good. And he sent out. He's real tired this morning, so he has not called in.
Okay.
Yeah, I just talked to him for just probably less than 30 seconds. He said, I'm just really tired. And I said, I'll go. Rest.
Awesome.
that's fine. We'd rather him rest and get his rest
Yeah.
than call into the hen house this morning because we started off rough this morning, but we're good.
Yeah. And he had
Well,
told,
hey, it's Monday.
well, it's Monday, and we suspected there might have been an issue with the computer. Rayford had told us yesterday he thought there might be. We weren't sure it was going to be like this. But he had said yesterday he hadn't slept well because there's a whole lot going on where he's currently at. So we figured he was tired
Yeah.
and resting. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, and everyone has been, we've had a lot of, people checking in and everything. And everyone's
Yes.
very, been very, sending their, well wishes and everything. So, which is good. So Rayford, I told him on the air earlier that Rayford has been reading the Facebook messages.
Yes,
So,
he has.
Yeah.
Yes, he has. He
Yeah.
has. He's appreciated every one of them.
Yes, he
Every
has.
one of them.
Yes,
People are just so kind.
they
See,
are.
there is goodness out in that world.
Everybody loves Rayford.
Yes, everybody
So,
loves
yeah.
Rayford.
Yeah.
So,
So whether you believe with him or not, that's still my dad. It's still my daughter's granddaddy. So
That's right.
he's a father first.
That's right.
That's right.
Yes, he is.
So, Candy, how have you and the rest of the family, including Robbie, how have y'all been handling this?
Well, we were nervous and scared, and there's still a long way ahead. Robbie has been, she's been up there, of course, every day, all day long, and very thankful that my aunt and uncle have a house there in Newbern she's able to stay in at night, so she's not having to travel back and forth or stay in those, well, she's not even allowed to stay in, overnight with him right now from where he's located. So,
Right.
she's about 10 minutes from the hospital, but she is getting some rest. But it is starting to kind of wear down. A lot. Just still the unknown of okay, what do we expect next? And of course, he's ready to charge forward. And he's making a lot of progress. He was out walking yesterday morning.
Awesome.
In the hospital, and the nurses were impressed of how far he was able to walk, just 48 hours later. So, but I think, with lots of rest and positive thoughts and prayers, he's gonna get through this. And so we all will. We all will.
Yes. Well, we're right here for you. Kelly and I have just been a nervous wreck right there with you. So, and we're just anxious.
I know
to
you
see
have, and I appreciate, and so does Robbie and Dad, so much of the positivity that's been sent
Right.
to us, and the well wishes, and everything. Like I said, keep them up because still have a little ways to go.
Yes. But you know what?
You're going to have your hands full when he comes home. I'm just going to go ahead and say it.
Yes.
So,
Oh, I feel like I've had my hands full
Yes.
since September.
Yes. So,
I
yes,
talked-
you have.
I talked to
Yes.
Ernie Lee yesterday. Well, we were texting back and forth through Misty, and I told him how well Rayford was doing, and Ernie said, "Oh, he'll be back on the air Thursday."
Yeah, I'm
and I
telling
said,
you.
"No doubt.
They're going to have their hands
Might not
full
be in
trying
the
to keep
studio,
him
but he'll
down.
be on
Yeah.
the air."
Yeah. Can't,
Yeah,
can't have already
yes,
discussed this. Yeah.
I have a feeling I'll be driving him to the radio station in the mornings, and somehow figuring out how to get him back home
Mhm.
afterwards.
Well,
But
I can take him back home. It's no problem. He can get in my truck.
Mhm.
I'll take him for a ride.
Yeah. Give him a step stool.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll work it out. That's no problem.
hey, if he starts acting up, then just offer to take him to go fishing. That's his famous
Oh, yeah.
saying. Let me take you out for a boat ride.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's top of the hour. Thanks for
Okay.
calling in.
Thanks,
We're going to
Candy.
go
All
to
our
our top
love.
of the hour break, and you rest up because you're going to need it since you're
All right.
home.
All right. Take care.
That's right. Well, y'all have a blessed
All right.
day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Poor Candy. She's going to have her hands so full when dealing with him.
Yeah, that's all right. She can
He's
handle
so stubborn.
him.
Oh, yeah. She keeps
She
him
can
in
handle
line.
him.
Yes. I love it. All right. Top of the hour. We got our 60-second Fox News break. We're live in local Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. And I've got a story for everybody that we all need some kind of humor. And I personally, while I know this story was written to be legit, it's about North Carolina. I say there's no way. And if you guys agree with me, you can message on YouTube or call in and say, Kelly, you're right. Lee, you ready for this?
Sure.
Because there's no way this is a real thing. The headline says, the 6 best places to retire in North Carolina on less than $2,500 a month. Okay.
Okay, do tell.
This is named 6 cities. And there's no way this is real. Number 1. So, okay, it gets better. So retirees may relocate to the Tar Heel State because, low cost of living, awesome tax break for seniors, et cetera. I don't know if I believe that, but okay. But here we go. Number 1, Raleigh. Monthly expenditures. Are you ready?
No. Mm-mm. Go ahead.
$2,167.
That's just for groceries.
Now, there's no way. Because let me tell you, a 1-bedroom home in Raleigh costs $1,295 on average.
Right.
Maybe 42 years ago. Has these people not looked at the rents in Raleigh?
No, obviously not.
They claim monthly groceries $441 and healthcare through $431. Okay.
Well, doesn't that pretty much eat up that $2,100? Does that include all the other
This
things
is
like
everything.
gas and
It
clothes?
don't
And
include anything.
dog
You'll be
food?
sitting in the
Yeah.
dark. There's no way. Number 2, Garner. Monthly
No.
expenditures $2,140. They're saying in Wake County, 1 bedroom, which is Garner, 1 bedroom rents or cost is $1,280. Monthly groceries $429. What? This is
$429 for a month?
for groceries.
I don't believe that.
I
That's just
pay- yeah, I
that
pay
must
that a
be
week. What are
for
we talking about? Yeah,
that must be for one half of a person.
it gets better.
Oh,
Wilmington,
gosh.
the number 3 town.
No.
Monthly expenditures $2,109. Now, A one-bedroom apartment costs $1,132.
Crazy.
Not true, because my friend was just looking at apartments down there, and it was more. They're saying that groceries are $438 a month, and healthcare will set you back $539 in Wilmington, which is the highest on that list. Who would the person writing this list drunk?
The
There's no
grocery
way.
cost is what's killing me. I
There's-
mean,
People are
that's-
paying that a week.
you're going to
What are we
pay that
talking
just to
about?
buy
Yeah.
stuff for Thanksgiving dinner.
Mhm.
That's
Durham
crazy.
was the fourth city. Monthly expenditures. This is so laughable. $2,060. They're saying a one-bedroom place in Durham is $1,181 a month. Groceries $435, and monthly health care costs $445.
Mm.
Where are they getting these numbers? Concord, okay, over by Charlotte.
I love Concord, though. I
Monthly
love it.
expenditures $1,919. They're saying Concord is the second most affordable city to live on for $2,500 a month, but it has the highest livability score. One bedroom is $1,057. Not true. Groceries $429 and healthcare $433. I mean, and Greensboro, which is up my neck of the woods, monthly expenditures $1,911. Nope. One bedroom, $1,069. Once again, not true. Groceries $420 and healthcare costs hover at $423.
I don't know who wrote this thing.
Who wrote this? Where are they from? Because there's no way there anybody living in North Carolina writing this. So if y'all wanted to, I needed some kind of humor this morning, guys, and I appreciate you guys bearing with me on this. There is no way. I mean, yes, we are touting people to come to our state, but let's be real about it. This is not accurate at all. Yikes.
Oh my gosh.
So what do you got over there?
So have you bought your turkey yet for Thanksgiving?
No,
Or
getting
are you
ready
buying
to.
one?
Yeah.
All right. It's no surprise, though, that the food costs across the board have been going up due to rising inflation. But this reality can really become troublesome during the holiday season as families try to prepare a budget-friendly Thanksgiving meal. And this year, turkey prices combined with an overall shortage in comparison to 2021 will make preparing your regular 18-pound turkey recipe that much more complicated. So I know most of the stores are remaining optimistic, but there's apparently going to be a turkey shortage. The two major reasons for the turkey shortage: inflation and an outbreak of the highly pathogenic avian influenza among the turkey population, and turkey producers are cutting back because of the birds that they're raising because of it. So, but inflation caused turkey prices to increase as farmers are paying more for their feed, fertilizer, and labor. And right now, on the average, a frozen turkey costs $1.46 per pound compared to $1.15 last year.
Yikes. And we have two callers. Caller one. Who is it? Is this Tim?
This is Tim this
Okay.
morning.
How are
Good
you?
morning. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I was listening to that fine list you just pulled out, and I
Won't
just
make
want to
you
know
laugh?
what the heck. Yeah, they don't have an author on that list on who wrote it.
No, they do not. Of
I
course
think it was
not.
a news
Yeah, 'cause,
article that she
I
was
mean-
reading.
Yeah.
Yes.
'Cause, I mean,
Yeah, my daughter. No, go ahead.
no, you go ahead because I know what you're about to say.
My daughter lives in Raleigh, and one bedroom apartment, and it's over there close to Crabtree Valley Mall, or Crabtree Mall, and I'm looking at the apartments. They're old,
Yeah.
and she's paying $1,500 a month, and that don't include her light bill.
Correct.
She has to pay her light bill,
Yes. That's
and
what I'm saying.
she's got a Jeep payment, and it's $500 a month.
Mhm.
So that's $2,000 out the window right there, and she's working a job and making good money. She can't hardly make it.
Yeah. And then you got to
And-
eat, pay your cell phone bill.
Yeah, yeah.
If you want cable or just want to sit in the dark in your apartment. I mean,
Yeah.
this,
She's got a
this is not
Hulu or
accurate.
something.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, if you want to live that cheap, you might have to move somewhere like Chinky Pen or Wallace or
Pink Hill.
Warsaw. I mean, you can't even live in Mount Airy that cheap.
No.
And Mount Airy is it's just got one street that's live. I mean, you'd have to go over to Dobson. I mean, if I had to live up there around Surrey County, they talk like there's drugs everywhere, but there's drugs everywhere anyway.
Mhm.
But Dobson is more like Richlands used to be when I was a boy. And that would be, I would live close to Dobson if it was me, or you could go up into like Ford, like Galax or Hillsville or
Yeah.
Fancy Gap. You could live cheaply there. But now, Hoss, you're not going to Raleigh and Durham and Garner and
Yeah, over
Charlotte,
Concord.
anywhere.
Yeah, no. I mean,
Yeah, well,
whoever wrote
you
these
might
lists
make
don't
it
live
in
here.
Salisbury. You could make it, or Siler City. I'll say Siler City. Ramseur
Yeah.
is down the road, and that you might make it there. That's where a lot of the color purple was made in that area.
Yeah.
I don't know who wrote this. I'd like to meet them and
Yeah.
tell them to give me the financial statement that they saw.
Well, we want to go
Well,
see
I
these
would-
one-bedroom apartments that are $1,200 and $1,000 a month in those areas.
I would love to find
Yeah.
one. I mean, for her. I
Yeah.
mean, it's all she can do.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's
And
you couldn't pay me to live in Raleigh, just mainly for the sheer fact I can't deal with the traffic. But I mean,
yeah, and that's
I
what kills
just-
me. She
yeah.
loves it,
I
and I
couldn't do it.
can't.
I
Because
had-
she's young.
I had to drive.
She's
to
lived out
Elizabeth.
here in Richlands all her life. What do you expect? You know,
Yeah.
Raleigh. Oh, you can walk down in Raleigh, and you don't even have to have the car. You can go park the car and walk there. Oh, you can do all kinds of stuff. Well, honey, I can do all kinds of stuff right here on the phone.
Yes, yes.
But yeah, she's. I mean, bless her heart. If I tell her if that's where you want to be, baby, you be there.
I couldn't do it. But that
But,
list is not.
but I'll
accurate.
get off it. I did hear a little bit about Raven. He is doing all right.
He's doing well. Got his chest tube out yesterday. He's up walking around.
Good.
He got to eat a fish sandwich yesterday, so he was very happy. Yeah.
Yeah, gotta have that fish.
Yeah.
The only complication I had, there was two of them. I was getting ready to go home. I was going to go home the next day. And I hope this don't happen to him. But I ate breakfast, and lunchtime came, ate lunch. Well, about an hour later, I blew groceries.
Mm-hmm.
What? And they just came in. They cleaned me up, and, oh, we don't know, you'll be all right. Well, that night I ate supper. And in about 30 minutes, I got sick again.
Mm-hmm.
And the nurses came in there, and I had 2 male nurses at night. Let me tell you something. They were the best I have ever had in my life. But they came in there, and they checked me, and the next thing, and they had already took the IV out.
Yeah.
And next thing I know, they run in there, and they put an IV in me. I said, what's wrong? And, well, we got to put some potassium in your body. Your stomach's going to sleep. I said, you're crazy. I said, no, stomach's going. I said, I bet I ain't going home tomorrow. And a big old tear come down one of the nurse's eyes. And he said, you probably are. And I'd been in there so long, I felt like I was a resident.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, my God. And that was the only complication I had. The other one was trying to do number 2
Mm-hmm.
for the first time. You can't leave till you do that.
Yeah.
And, honey, I sat there and rocked on that commode for 30 minutes, and I didn't even flush it.
Mm-hmm.
I got up, and I hit the nurse's button. And she come running in there, and this is during the daytime. What's wrong? I said, I want you to see what I did in that commode before I go home, because I want to go home.
Yeah.
And she said, well, you couldn't let sit. And I said, and she got to laugh, and I said, honey, as hard as it was trying to get all that done, yeah, I wanted proof, and we didn't have cameras on cell phones back then.
Right. Oh.
But I'll let you go. I know you got another call.
Yeah,
Bless
good
y'all's
talk,
heart.
Tim. Good talk.
Yep. Well,
All right, y'all be yeah.
You too.
All right.
Bye.
and I knew Tim's daughter lived there, so like I said, I knew that list isn't accurate. What a crock! All right, line 2. Who is this? I think is Joy. Is this you?
Yes, it
I
is.
thought it was.
Good
How
morning,
are you?
Joy.
Good morning. How are y'all?
Good. How you doing?
Good. This is FYI for Rayford and also for friends of Rayford's.
Mm-hmm.
My husband had 6 blockages when he was 49
Mm-hmm.
and had the open heart surgery also, and they could only repair 5 of those blockages. That was 21 years ago. The surgery that he has gone through, and many have gone through, just like Tim has gone through, will take a toll on your body, no matter what age you are at.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be extremely hard for Rayford because of the type of person he is to be able to recuperate the way he needs to. I hope he's listening. He might be sleeping, but
He'll do it.
he's going to have to take it easy, don't push himself, and also the friends of Rayford, I know, are going to want to visit him and are going to want to talk with him. And the best thing for Rayford now is just to rest, to heal, and for Robbie also, because and Candy, because that type of surgery, it takes a toll on everyone, and also for Rayford, he's going to go through a lot of emotional feelings. Also, a lot of people go through crying, depression. Many different things are going to go on because I'm sort of trying to protect Rayford also for his recovering and healing process. I know people care, but there's got to be some protection also for maybe them to just sort of send cards or, letters or just your updates are really good. The Facebook was really great that y'all are doing for him, because he needs to take care of him and Robbie, and all we can do is send our prayers and thoughts, and I think that will help. I know that people wanted to come visit us, which was great. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to sound like a do not disturb, but you have to sometimes. You have to let people know. And some people that take care of people that go through this procedure don't want to be rude. So I'm sort of giving some people some heads up to help Rayford. And Rayford needs to know that he's got to do what the doctors say to do. He can't push himself. No matter how he feels, he's got to go by what the doctors say to do. If not, he's going to relapse, and he does not want to go back in and have that redone again. So that's my update and my warning and FYI for Mr. Rayford Brown this morning.
I agree with you, because I just know how much Rayford is always on the go. And a lot of times, my dad was the same way. He had this. And he was as much on the go as Rayford. And my dad was, 52, I think, when he had this done. And it's hard. But you're right. You have to rest. And I think that's going to be Rayford's biggest challenge, is the resting and doing nothing, because that's not something he's used to doing.
Yeah, the same with my husband. He was hunter, fisherman, and just walking from the back door to the mailbox, it was like, it was a challenge. So people, to help Rayford, and Rayford's got to just get in his thick skull that he's got to just chill. This is his chilling time, so he can continue what he wants to do from here on out. And at 49, it was tough. So, and you said your dad at 52, so you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It zaps you of something. I don't know, but that's just.
Well, also, too, it's just hard when you're so used to going and you're told you have to rest. It's hard.
Oh, yeah.
And even when you feel a little bit better, you're like, okay, I can get up and do things. But you
can't.
Yeah. Rayford's used to pushing through a lot of his pain.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He's really going to have to slow down, which is Candy and to a degree Robbie, but I think more Candy, because she's going to have to rein in everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
and I think she's the one. I think she can do that.
She's got it going on. Yes. So,
yeah. I think Candy would be the one to let people know. Look, hey, back off.
She'll let us. Anything she wants us to convey to everybody too, she will definitely let us, and we will definitely convey it. And that's just to keep Rayford where he needs to be, because the more he heals and rests, the faster he's going to get his butt in here. So
most definitely. And also, with Robbie taking care of him also, she needs that rest also, and she doesn't need to be entertaining. And I don't mean that anything I'm saying is not. I think I'm getting across what I'm trying to say. Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Only because going through it and experiencing, and I was a little bit younger, a whole lot younger, not a little bit, but a whole lot younger. And it does take a toll, and the emotionalism that they've already been through, there's a lot, and it's a whole lot. So that's just my little tidbit for this morning. Yeah. And prayers are still continuing for Rayford, and
thank you.
Absolutely.
We wish him well. And you girls are doing, or ladies, women are doing a fantastic job.
With our Monday hiccups with the radio.
Yeah, I was watching you.
We're all good.
Yeah, I was watching you in your little
little hissy fits there,
Well,
Kelly, with your.
That's why I
I was about
turned
to
off.
chuck this computer right through
That's
the
why I
thing.
turned off
Like,
YouTube.
I'm turning off YouTube. I
I
was about to bust
said,
this computer
everyone
up.
doesn't need to see us throwing computers
I was
around
about
the
to
room.
I
tear
was
this thing down. Yeah.
I was waiting
So,
for it to say, okay, go
Climbing
ahead, lift it up,
shelves.
throw it.
oh yeah, I was about to do it. But all right, well,
Yes.
thanks, Tor. We're getting ready to take a break. So
All right,
thanks for
y'all have a
calling in.
good one.
Thanks. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye
Hey,
bye.
I just want to remind everyone real quick before we go to commercial break that if you'd like to send a get well card or best
Yes.
wishes card to
Yes.
Rayford, send them to Rayford Brown, 349 Center Street, Suite B, Jacksonville, NC 28546. It's also on our webpage or our Facebook page
Mhm.
too. And if you can't find her, not sure, just send us a private message off the show's page and we'll give you that address.
We sure
But
will.
yeah.
We've had a
Anyway.
lot of people ask. So
We've
yeah,
had a lot of
yeah,
people ask.
yeah, which will be a good thing.
So,
Yeah.
it's just it makes me feel so good to
Mhm.
see so many caring people in this community.
We have a lot of caring people in
Yes,
this
we do.
community. We live in a very, very wonderful place, and
I love
and
Onslow.
we do, and a lot of us, have different viewpoints on things, but we still care and we care about each other, and that's what it's supposed to be.
That's
I don't
right.
want to live in a Stepford community where everybody thinks
No.
the same way.
Mm-mm.
I like varying thoughts and varying, opinions. I think it's good for all of us.
I think so too.
Yeah, as long as we don't get ugly about it, we're
Yeah,
good.
and you ever notice when something does when tragedy does strike,
We come
this
together.
community
Mhm.
comes together. It's
Mhm.
just awesome.
Yeah.
So, thank you all.
Yes, we have a good group. All right, let's take our break.
All right.
And if Chris Hollywood is even paying a remote attention, I am right on time.
Yeah, we're
So,
good, Chris.
yes, we got it going on. So we're live in local real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We'll be right back. And we are back. You ready to do some weather?
I sure am. I'll do the marine forecast, which is brought to you by Tideline Marine. Tideline is offering 15% off all bait and tackle for veterans and active duty military through November 15th. In addition, through the end of this month, all gift shop lamps are 50% off and other gift shop items are 20% off. Some other specials this month include a $10 gift card with any tackle package over $50. Need a new reel? Be sure to enter into the Florida Fishing Reel giveaway. To see all the specials going on this month, stop by Tideline Marine, 159 Oak Bridge Street on the banks of the New River. And we have a small craft advisory in effect till 11 a.m. this morning. Today, northeast winds 15 to 20 knots, gust up to 30 knots this morning. Seas 4 to 5 feet, except for 2 to 3 feet near shore. Dominant period 8 seconds. Adjacent sounds and rivers choppy. Tonight, northeast winds 15 to 20 knots, seas 4 to 5 feet, except 2 to 4 feet near shore. Dominant period 6 seconds. Adjacent sounds and rivers choppy. Tuesday, east winds around 15 knots, becoming southeast 20 to 25 knots, with gusts up to 30 knots in the afternoon. Seas 3 to 5 feet, except 2 to 4 feet near shore. Dominant period 5 seconds. Adjacent sounds and rivers a moderate chop, increasing to rough in the afternoon. Tuesday night, southwest winds 20 to 25 knots, becoming west 15 to 20 knots after midnight. Seas 5 to 7 feet. And Wednesday, northwest winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet. Adjacent sounds and rivers a moderate chop with a chance of showers in the morning.
Today, sunny, high of 57, little gusty with gusts as high as 17 miles an hour. Tonight, partly cloudy, low of 43. Tomorrow, it's going to rain, high of 68, though, so it'll be kind of like a warm rain. I guess it'll feel a lot warmer than is today. Will be gusty tomorrow, though. Winds could gust as high as 17 miles an hour. Tomorrow night, rain again, mainly before midnight, then just a chance after midnight, low of 51. And then Wednesday, partly sunny, high of 60. So today it's only going to be 57. Tomorrow it's going to be 68. But then from Wednesday on through Sunday, it's not going to get above 60.
My goodness, a little
know.
chilly.
Well,
And
just
then
be-
Thanksgiving Day, you watch, is going to be like in the 80s. You're going to have to turn on the air conditioner. You got all the family in the house.
I'll be up
Turn
at-
on the fans.
I'll be up at Mama's. It was cold. And let me tell you, so someone texted me earlier and asking me, they're a listener. I went up to Mom's Friday after
Right.
I left here, and with that storm coming in, because up there was where it was
Yes.
supposed to come through.
You said it was bad.
Driving was nothing. I mean, it was no rain. We encountered 2 little pockets of rain on 40. But for the most part, the sun was out. And then once we got up there, it was cloudy and overcast and it was like drizzly, whatever. But about I'm going to say like 4:30. Good gracious alive. You'd have thought we were in a hurricane up there. It came through, knocked the power out. I mean, it
Gosh.
got dark as night, wind blowing. I mean, it was crazy. My daughter actually took a video of it. It was wild. And then it just kind of went away. It was bizarre. It was creepy. There was a lot of rain, a very short. My mom rain gauge, she has one, measured 2.5 inches, literally in like an hour. It was wild. Yeah.
My
But
gosh.
then it went away and it was just cold.
Well, it was very fast moving,
Mhm.
so it came in
really
and came
fast
out.
moved, knocked the power out. Scared the heck out of my grandson because when the power went out, her smoke detector went off because it's wired into the house quickly, and that freaked the kid out. But all was well. We were good. So for
That's
those that
good.
asked, that's what all there was. It wasn't much of anything up there, which is a good thing.
Right.
A very good thing.
Oh, it is a
Yeah.
good thing that
Yeah.
I'm glad that there was no damages and that everything turned out.
Everything
It
was
was like
well.
just like a bad thunderstorm
Mhm.
here when it rolls in like that. Did you hear about the United Airlines flight attendant that was taken to Chicago hospital following an incident on a United flight from San Francisco to Chicago early Sunday morning?
No, but let me go ahead and venture to guess. I bet the passenger was drunk.
Well, it said that a disruptive customer on a flight was removed by law enforcement upon landing on Sunday. Chicago police responded to a gate at Chicago's O'Hare International Airport on Sunday morning after a disturbance on United Flight 476, and 3 people on the plane were taken to a nearby Resurrection Hospital for observation. And a video captioned by a passenger shows several flight attendants confronting a woman carrying a child, screaming and yelling are heard as the passenger screams out, "Where is it?" One of the flight attendants tells the woman, "Ma'am, we are all landing," before saying, "Sarah, step back, step back, step back, Sarah, step back," in a panicked tone. The flight attendant continues to tell Sarah to step back as another flight attendant is seen running towards the encounter from the back of the plane. "We are grateful to our crew for handling this difficult situation with professionalism," United Air says. The FBI is investigating it. There's no clear threat to the public, but it just seems like this woman just was bizarre. She just went crazy. And some of the flight attendants, and they got into it. So I tell you, could you imagine being on an airplane, 30,000 feet
No.
up in the air, and a
See,
fight breaks out?
that is
Yeah.
the big, and as much as I fly, that would be a huge fear of mine.
Right,
Yeah,
right. And I'm
No,
just
that's
like
scary.
the
Yeah.
years that I was doing a lot of flying,
Mhm.
I just never recall anybody being upset on the airplane, but
I've seen drunk
I
on a
couldn't
plane
imagine.
before. Never
Well,
seen a
that might have
fight.
been me
Yeah.
the first flight I ever took.
No, I've seen people drunk and, get a little irritated that, that they won't continue to be served alcohol. But other than that, usually they just calm down, fall asleep, or whatever happens.
Right.
But I've never seen a fight on a plane. And this day and time, that would scare me. Yeah. I always watch people, though. I'm very mindful
I
of,
love watching
yeah.
people.
Well,
Like
I
you
watch
go
them-
to an airport and you
If I
sit.
see them walking towards the door, I get very nervous when I'm in
Uh-oh.
flight. That makes me
Well,
nervous. 'Cause
yeah,
you hear, yeah,
that would
and I
definitely make me
watch because I'm
nervous.
ready to spring into action because I certainly would. I'd tackle
There
somebody
should be a
quick.
secret button somewhere that has to be pushed first that only the crew knows about.
I agree, but I guess they feel like, what if something happens and a crew is incapacitated and can't tell
Yeah,
nobody?
that's true. That would not be
Yeah,
good.
no, but I definitely when I get, because a lot of times if there's I fly overseas a lot, so there sometimes can be a
Right.
wait for the bathroom, and people are standing over by the door, and I'm always on alert, watching.
I missed a connecting flight one time coming back from Texas, and it was because of mechanical issues with the first plane. So they managed to find me space on a flight coming to Charlotte.
Mhm.
And of course, it was the jump seat that the
I
stewardess
know
usually
somebody,
sits on right by the bathroom door.
yeah, yeah.
And so the bathroom door, of course, would not stay shut. And the
Mhm.
steward is like, "Well, can you hold it or, shut
Yeah.
it?" And when it comes open, I'm like, "Oh, really?" But the cool thing about it
Mhm.
is you're sitting back there and
Yeah.
you feel all the turbulence.
You feel everything. Yeah.
So I just
Mhm.
held on to the tray in front of me
Mhm.
and I was screaming, but nobody could hear me because there was so much noise back there.
Yeah.
But it was like being on a roller coaster. So
It is. When my daughter was a baby and we lived in San Diego and we would fly back here to North Carolina, I would always take with the time difference, I would take the red eye, the overnight flight,
right,
and I would always sit on the very back row because she was a baby.
right.
With her, so if she cried, ain't nobody gonna hear it because
That's
it is
right.
so noisy.
Right.
Yeah. 2 weeks old, I had her on a plane coming back here.
Well, between
Yeah.
the odors coming from the
Mhm.
bathroom
Yeah.
and all the noise in the
Mhm.
back, because you're sitting in the
You feel
tail.
everything, and it's
Oh my
loud.
gosh,
Yeah.
it is so
But it will
loud.
keep a kid quiet, or my child slept because
Right.
the noise put her to sleep, and B, she didn't really cry, but she cried once, I think, with the ears, and you have to put the
Right.
bottle on her mouth. So, but yeah, very quickly, no one could hear her. So
Well, I
yeah.
remember there was one flight, once again, engine issues. And
Mhm.
so I ended up missing all my connecting flights and ended up finding at the last minute because when they tell you, "Oh, go see the staff
But those
there,"
people run.
and
There's no one there.
no, there's no
Yeah.
one there because as soon as they know there's an
Oh.
issue and there's 30 something passengers coming up and asking them, "Well, what am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? Am I sleeping?" They run, they take off, they hide.
Mhm.
But I ended up finding a flight that would take me to Raleigh, Durham,
Mhm.
but it was on one of those big jets, like a 747. I had never been on one
Oh,
of those
wow.
before.
You had a treat.
Let me tell
Yeah.
you what, when they take off,
Mhm.
you're just like thrown back.
Yeah. It
And
pushes you back onto your seat. Yeah.
yes,
That's
I
what I
was
fly
like
to Ireland on.
scared to
Yeah.
death.
Yeah.
But thank goodness, like this young girl sitting next to me, she couldn't have been more than 5 years old. So she calmed me down. That's what it took.
That's awesome. Now, how many times, we've talked repeatedly on the show about, I'm going to read y'all a story that I think is people are going to, some will agree and some will disagree. I think this is frivolous. I think as a society, we've gotten so frivolous about nonsense things like, personal, like they feel, people are offended by too much nonsense.
Is this about the Bible verse?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
How did I know you were going there?
So in Florida, because I am so, I don't know, maybe that's why I'm a counselor, because I can see everyone's point of view. And I have, when I have my client in front of me, I may not agree with anything they're saying, but I'm willing to listen, and I don't judge them, and I don't attack them, and I don't try to change their mind. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I feel like everyone has a right to believe the way they want to love how they want to work how they want to, as long as it's not personally infringing. And when I say infringing, I mean physically hurting someone or stealing from someone. I don't care what, I don't think it should matter. I think people get offended by the wrong thing.
Well, you have your rights. I have my rights.
Yes.
You have your beliefs. I have mine.
And I'm not going to tell somebody their belief is less than mine.
That's right.
I just don't, this sounds dumb. I don't believe in that. You know what I mean? Like everyone, this is what this nation is founded on, being a nation where we are all free.
That's right.
To worship or love or work or whatever.
We're
how
very
we want.
diversified too.
We should be diverse. Like I said, I don't want all us to be robots. So anyway, Lord have mercy. Pasco County, Florida, at a high school, an instructional assistant complained about her coworker's parking space. Y'all are going to love
Unreal.
this. Let me tell you why she's mad. Because the parking space quotes a verse from the New Testament, and this lady is Jewish, so it's Philippians 4:13, which says, "I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me." So this woman claims it's attacking her as a Jew. Now, how? That doesn't say anything negative about Jewish people whatsoever at all.
Right.
Nothing negative.
Right.
I mean, yeah, the Jewish people don't recognize the New Testament, and that's fine. They, go with the Old Testament. But that Bible verse, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. How is that attacking anybody? Like,
this is what she needs to do. When she gets out of her vehicle, she just needs to walk on by and keep walking.
Yes. What? Like I said, why do you care? Like,
that's right.
But that is not attacking. Attacking to me would be like, go kill everybody that's Jewish, or go kill everybody that's Presbyterian, or
right.
That's attacking. That Bible verse isn't attacking anybody. So apparently the lady went to the principal, and the principal went to the district. The district said, we're not going to order it removed because this woman has freedom of expression. They said, it is not a violation. This is personal expression. And it's not compelling students or anybody to do anything one way or the other. And that's what they're saying. Like, it's not saying go beat up that Catholic girl or go beat up that, that Muslim. It doesn't say that. Now, they're saying that the parking space had nothing to do with instruction, which is true. It's just a teacher expressing themselves like they might wear a crucifix on their shirt. And teachers and students are free to express themselves. I agree with that. Like, apparently I didn't realize that they must be able to decorate their own parking space. Good on you for that. But I just don't get the whole, I don't understand. I mean,
well, it sounds like to me that the lady complaining is the one that has the issues.
Because I would love to talk to her and ask, how is this attacking you? Like, as a counselor, I'd like to know what her mindset is. How do you feel that's attack? She even brought up the Holocaust.
She's one of those woke individuals.
But once again, it's like I said over the weekend, even,
it's ridiculous.
People, we're diverse, and we're a nation of diversity.
That's right.
So, but it seems to me, and maybe this is just me, and if I'm the only one that feels this way, y'all can let me know. Kelly, you're the only one that feels this way. But it just seems to me that people seem to think if you don't think like they do, if you don't worship like they do, if you don't work the type of jobs, if you don't have the same values, beliefs, traditions, or whatever, that you're wrong or it's an attack. Everything isn't an attack. This is simply a Jewish lady and a Christian lady that happen to park, I guess, side by side or near each other, and one likes the Bible verse and one don't. But that's not an attack. Like, I just don't understand. And I think as humans, there are things we really need to be worried about.
That's right.
This is not one of them.
This reminds me so much of the political
Mhm.
world,
I'm just like,
politics.
yes,
It's crazy.
I just don't understand. So,
Nope, I don't either.
and
But
this is a crying shame
it
that this
is.
is going to escalate.
Exactly. I mean, go paint some posies on your parking lot space that'll make you feel more comfortable
Yeah.
coming to work. But, quit worrying about what other people have. Do your own thing. It just always amazes me the extent that people want to complain.
Yes, and but this doesn't cause cohesiveness. It creates more diversity.
That's right, it
And it's
does.
just divisive. You know what I mean? Like, it's just dividing.
I mean, she wants to bring
Yeah.
back up the Holocaust. Okay, that was then.
But the
This is
Holocaust has
now.
nothing to do with that Bible verse.
That's right.
What does it have to do with it? Like, that's what I'm saying. What is it?
I don't know. Anyway,
Mhm.
we're gonna just go ahead and go to
So, yeah, let's
commercial
go
and
to
catch our
commercial because
breath.
my head's hurting now. All right, we're live and local, Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Haven't heard that little intro in a while. I like that song.
Yeah, and before we get into another story, I just wanted to remind everyone that Sports Talk will be on this morning at 10 a.m.
Mhm.
They canceled it on Friday because they were out of town Thursday night doing ball games. So they will be back on this morning just for this week at 10 a.m. So be sure to stay tuned and keep a listen.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is it. They're not moving to Mondays. This is for today
Yeah, it's just
because of
today,
Friday. Yeah.
right? And then
So
Friday night, Triton will be at Jacksonville for,
yes,
I think this is round 3 of the state playoffs.
and I'm
So
assuming if people want tickets, they're going to be able to get them through Jacksonville. So
sure, the
call the
website, yeah,
Jacksonville High School or go on
right.
Jacksonville High School's website or call the school, and they will direct you to have everyone come
Yeah,
out and
don't
support the
do like I
Cardinals.
did, waited to buy a ticket at the gate. Oh gosh, it was
Don't
just,
do it. Yeah,
it was horrible.
don't
No,
do
you
it,
got to go
people.
on the
Yeah,
website. So you're out there, and
yeah,
oh, my granddaughter just took my phone, give it to me, and she
yeah.
she
She's like,
did it.
come on,
So
Grandma, I'm gonna get this.
yeah,
Yeah, but no, I agree. Do
I was
people
stressed.
please don't wait till last minute, or you will
Yes.
be upset. Um, so I want to bring up a story that happens, different places, and believe it or not, I think it was JPD, and it might have even been the sheriff's office as well. That, but I know JPD put out an article about this. Um, you have to be careful nowadays when you're buying things online. A lot of people do, they go on Facebook Marketplace, they go on other sites to buy things online, and then, you meet up with the individual to get your item, which is fine. Well, JPD's actually set up a spot in their parking lot to safely do this because there have been
Right.
instances in the past where people have shown up and they've gotten robbed.
That's right.
Yeah, and in Ohio last week, a guy was shot in attempted carjacking when he went to go meet this woman that he had met online. It happened Friday night. And so basically it was a setup. The woman was a decoy. And
Uh-huh.
yeah. And the
Okay.
witnesses told police that she was picked up by others and that they, went to find. So this is like they're trying to steal cars for whatever reason or
Right.
rob you or whatever's
Yeah.
happening. So be very careful when you're doing anything online. And I have a lot of clients that do like this online dating and stuff. And I tell them you have to be very careful because a lot of times you don't know who you're really dealing with.
There's just no
Yeah.
way that no.
Yeah.
No.
So, but if you're going on Facebook Marketplace, for example, or anything like that here in Oslo County, arrange to meet. Like I said, JPD has a designated spots. There's
That's right.
cameras there,
That's right. Yeah.
and they're monitored.
That's
So
right.
you're in a very safe, location. And well, I can't say never. You never say never about anything. I can't imagine that somebody would be dumb enough to do something nefarious in the parking lot of the police department. I say that now, and I just jinxed whoever's, but that's it. If you're going to conduct any kind of, buy and sell business, because here's what you don't want to do. You don't want people coming to your house
No.
if you can help it, unless
Don't
it's
ever
some
do
very big
that.
item.
That's right.
But you are but especially when, you see people selling these big, heavy pieces of furniture. If
Mhm.
for some reason you are selling a dresser or a giant table or a hutch or a credenza or whatever, before, Lee comes to your house to buy it,
I'm casing your house out too
that's
when I
what they're
go in
coming to
there.
do a lot of times. You and a buddy or hire a mover or whatever, put that mess outside. So when the people come to quote pick it up, they're not coming in your house. They're not coming in to look and see what you have in there. They are good. If they're really, determined to buy your furniture item, they're buying it from your driveway.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, while I'm in your house
Yeah.
having, do you have any water, please?
Yeah.
And while
Or
you
let
go
me
get
go to
the
the
water,
bathroom. Or yeah.
I'm scoping up your house and what you have in
Or
there.
they're unlocking a window
And
to
then,
come
or
back
I'm
in. Yeah.
having a casual,
Mhm.
friendly conversation. Well, where do you work?
Mhm.
Well, what hours do you work? That
Mhm.
sounds like I mean, there's so many ways. There's so many
Yes,
ways
that's
to
what
get the
people
scoop.
do. Yes, and they're seeing how many doors there are. Do you have a scary dog?
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of things they're doing. So don't let people in your house, even if you're selling items. That's why I don't put items for sale on that. I may say if I have something for sale, I may say, hey, I'll put it on my Facebook page first. Hey, I'm selling this. Do you want it? Let me know. First come, first serve. And it's usually going to be somebody I know. or B, if it's just a casual acquaintance, I can rest assured that stuff's going to be sitting outside when they come to my house.
Exactly.
Otherwise, if I'm not going to do that, it's going to the
And meeting
Goodwill or
people
the Salvation Army.
online?
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you a story
Mhm.
about that after we come back from break.
Yeah. So, yep, let's take a break. Live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1. And we are back. Now, we had Howard. Howard, you there? Howard, you there? Okay. Yeah, I don't know why there's not even a dial tone, so I'm not sure what's happening. It's probably the phones now.
Well, look. We've got 6 more minutes.
Yeah.
We'll
mean,
just
yeah.
worry about that later.
Yeah. So, because it should be, oh, wait, let's see. Let's try this again. Howard, you there? Yes.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can tell.
here.
Yeah,
I'm your technical support scout, I guess.
I like it.
What?
Anyway, 1120's out, 97.1 is working. I just wanted to let you know.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
I know the show's almost over,
Yeah.
but-
yeah, not even surprised. Yeah.
people want to listen to La Musica too, you know.
I know.
You know
they
what
do.
this is a
yeah.
sign of?
It's Monday.
So
No, an impending snowstorm.
What?
All right. What?
I know. That's why I'm like, what?
We just thought
I wanted to ask you quick because I know you girls are mothers and stuff,
Yeah.
and here I'm all by myself. So I'm driving along and I look at my thumb, and it's the darnest thing. I got a huge blister on my thumb from almost the tip of my thumb to the middle, and it's big. What do I do? Do I prick it or something
No,
to
you don't
drain it
prick
out?
it.
No.
No, put a hot,
Okay.
put a warm compress on it, and just see what it
Warm
does.
compress.
Yeah, let it pop
Okay.
on its own, but you don't pop a blister. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Because it could get infected
Get
then, right?
infected, yes.
Uh,
And
I got you.
yeah, and
Go
if
ahead.
it pops on its own, put a little bit of Neosporin on it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was almost gonna yell Corman.
Yeah. Corman. But yeah, no, do not pop it yourself. Just
I got you.
let nature do its thing with it. Yeah.
All right, so hot compress. You
Yeah,
got
warm
it as soon as
compress
I
will
get
help.
home.
Yeah, put a warm compress on it.
All right, thank
Okay.
you.
All right.
See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye, Howard. Alrighty then. It's been such an unusual morning. That's what I'm telling you. There's something in the atmosphere. Could be a big snowstorm heading our way.
Well, there's been one across the country. They've had snow all
Yeah,
weekend.
I
They had a
was
big
reading
old
earlier
snowstorm. I got
weather
a friend that lives
reports.
up in North Dakota. They can keep that weather there, but
Mm.
they had a ton of snow, like 20 inches or some crazy amount.
But people that live in that area that
Well, she's
they're
from here. The
used
rest
to
of her
it.
family lives here, and they're
Oh.
stationed up there. Yeah, I don't know what in the world would even be up there. But yeah, but they're from here.
Could you imagine
I could not
a
doing
huge
it.
snowstorm hitting here? It just immobilizes the town.
2 inches immobilizes the town. Can you imagine
I
what
have
20 inches
four-wheel
would do?
drive, but look, I won't even go out in it because people are crazy. Especially those the youngins from the north who are used
Mhm.
to it, and they come
Mhm.
down here and they get out there and
Yeah.
start playing in it. Hey, look, I just stay home.
Oh yeah, I
It's
do
not worth
too.
it.
I like to look at it, but that's about the extent of what I like. I'll walk
Right.
in at one time and then I'm good to go. Yeah, I like to sit on the porch when it's especially at night. And Mom said even as a kid I was like this. So bizarre.
Right.
There's something about snowing at night, and I don't know what it is, but there's a
beautiful.
sound. It makes a sound. Believe it or not, there's like a sound.
Yes.
But I would always, even as a kid, I'd go outside and stand just for a few minutes. I'm not out there for no hour because y'all know I don't like the cold. But just kind of watch it come down and just listen. You hear silence, but you hear a sound.
Yes.
I'm telling you, if it snows here, you guys go out there and try it. Even if it's in the morning, but definitely at night. But even in the morning when it's gray and overcast and it's snowing, go stand on your porch and just listen, because there is a sound to it. Mark my words.
It is. It's
Mhm.
it's peaceful though.
It's very peaceful. I like that. Yeah.
I'll take
Now-
a snowstorm any day over a hurricane.
Yep. Well, yeah, because I'm going to be in my house, toasty warm. Watching movies, not doing anything, because I'm certainly not going nowhere.
Speaking of watching TV, did everybody watch Yellowstone last
Sure
night?
did. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
That show is
It's just whoa.
whoo, it's off the
It
chain.
started off like wow. Yeah.
It's just you just don't know what's going to come next. It's never a dull
Mm-mm.
moment on
No,
that show.
those writers are amazing. That's all I
Yes.
got to say about
And
that.
now
Yeah.
I saw the network, they're coming out with another series,
Mhm.
George and Tammy.
I saw that.
George
yeah.
Jones and Tammy Wynette.
Mhm,
That ought to be
mhm.
really good.
Michael Shannon plays George Jones, and I like him as an actor.
Right.
So, I'm not a huge George Jones fan or Tammy Wynette. Never have been, but still, that looks like a series that's interesting. And they're also doing the next one. They had the prequels to Yellowstone. They had 1883,
Right.
which shows how they got to
Yes.
Yellowstone. Now they've gotten 1924? Yes, is the next one. They showed the previews for that too.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I met
Yeah.
Tammy Wynette one time when she came to Onslow County,
Oh, no
and
way.
that's when we were doing
Mhm.
security for the Tar Heel.
Mhm.
And I actually sat up on the edge of the stage. I was her bodyguard.
Aw.
That was the privileges of being a owner of the business.
Yeah.
I got to the select
Yay.
people I got to sit up there with. Yeah, but I met her, and of course we had several George Jones concerts that we were scheduled to work at, but
Mhm.
one of them was a no-show.
Oh.
No-show Jones. He was famous for that,
Oh, okay.
not showing up for his concerts and
Oh,
stuff.
wow.
But
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
and for all you country and western lovers of country and western music, that ought to be a good series. So I'm anxious
Yeah.
to see that. And the Queen is back on
Mhm.
now.
I saw that.
Yes. And I saw somebody had posted. I was like, yeah, I got to catch up on that. So a lot of good television coming back
Yeah.
on.
Well,
It
good.
sure beats all the Hallmark Christmas
I don't watch
movies.
none of that mess. I
So
don't.
tired of them.
I know Candy. I know you do. She loves that, but
Yeah.
I don't watch. I don't watch the Hallmark Channel at
There we
all.
go. Well,
Yeah.
don't forget Sports Talk at 10
10 o'clock.
a.m.
Yep.
this morning. Be
All
sure
right.
to tune in.
Well, we want to thank everyone for hanging in there with us today and putting up with our nonsense and the, not being on the air, being on the air, etc. And we love you guys.
And
You're
just
just wonderful.
A quick
So,
note, the studio downtown is aware that 11:20 a.m. is not working right
Mhm.
now, and they're trying to resolve it. So say it's just a Monday morning, a lot
Monday,
of
I'm
crazy
telling you, it's
stuff, but
wackiness.
we've got it
Yep.
going, so we'll be just fine.
All right, everyone, have a wonderful day. Be safe. It's going to be a little bit blustery and a little bit nippy. So dress accordingly and keep your pets inside, please. And remember, it's going to rain tomorrow. So we're live in local Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 11:20 a.m. WSME. Have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow.